Hey guys, it's Ned from Windset Farms, and today I'm lucky enough to be in my kitchen at the Waldorf. Now I'm going to show you a really cool recipe using Windset Farms roasted yellow peppers. Who would have thought peppers for dessert? But you know what, if you think about it, it makes sense. We're going to roast this pepper. It's already sweet. When you roast it, it gets like 10 times as sweet. So we're going to make creme brulee. Now, creme brulee, super simple. First of all, we need to heat up 1 liter of cream in a pot. All we're trying to do is scald this cream. So we don't need to bring it to a complete boil. We're going to add a vanilla bean. Now, if you don't have vanilla bean, you can easily just add a little bit of vanilla puree. But I want to show you the vanilla bean. When you split it and then you scrape out the middle of the vanilla bean itself, what you're left with is this black, absolutely gorgeous, luscious vanilla flavor. It's the seeds. So you'll actually see that vanilla bean in the creme brulee. What we've got to get ourselves going is 1 liter of cream, 10 egg yolks, just the yolks, not the whites, so separate the eggs from the whites from the yolks. We have 1 cup of sugar, and we have 1 cup of Windset Farms roasted Maestro yellow pepper puree. We've already roasted it, we've pureed it so that it's got a nice texture to it, totally sweet. It's going to add such a unique characteristic to this dessert. There's our roasted pepper, peeled, seeded, pureed, just like that. So we take our egg yolks and our sugar, like so. We whisk it up. Now, the great thing about this recipe is we're using yellow peppers today. We could easily use the roasted red pepper. That would add a really neat color. The orange pepper would be great. Crescendo peppers would be great. Dolce peppers would be great. But I love the Maestro peppers because they're the biggest, they're the sweetest, they're the meatiest. Here's our roasted yellow pepper puree. You want to make sure that you roast it properly and you really puree it properly as well, because although you want a little bit of texture with the creme brulee, the magic is how soft and creamy and luscious it is. And you'd be amazed at how the vanilla accents the roasted yellow pepper. It's quite amazing. I'd never tried this before, and when I pulled it off, I was just so pleasantly surprised. So cream is done. Whisk that right in, like so. The vanilla bean is still at the bottom of the pot, but all the flavor from the vanilla bean is in the brulee. Next thing that we need to do is just pass it through a strainer, just in case there's any leftover little egg particles that might have cooked up when we heated the cream. Now all we need to do is ladle it into our ramekins. Now, these ramekins are a perfect size for a creme brulee. So we have a preheated 300-degree oven. We're going to do, this is a fancy chef way of cooking a custard, but we're going to do it in a bain-marie, which just means we're cooking it in a water bath, and that is just going to protect this delicate custard from overcooking. Now, the great thing about this custard is if you wanted to make it savory, you could just reduce the sugar. I would still leave the vanilla bean in there because I think it's such a neat flavor, but you could reduce the sugar and it would be a much more savory baked custard. So, hotel pan, our little ramekins. We're going to add water about halfway up the ramekins, just like that. And then right in a preheated 300-degree oven. So after about 45 minutes in the oven, these creme brulees are done. Now, the way that you can tell that they're done is if you just jiggle the side of them just like that. I'll show you. See? They're just shaking in the middle. They're absolutely perfect. But what you have to do now is let them cool down. So take them out of the water, put them in the fridge, let them cool down for probably about 2 hours. And when you're done with that, then the fun begins. So we've got our chilled, roasted Maestro yellow pepper creme brulee. So cover the top of the brulee with sugar, just like so. Grab your little torch and just lightly caramelize the top. So we've got caramelized roasted Maestro yellow peppers. We have vanilla. We have cream. We have crispy caramelized sugar on top. I'm telling you, your guests are going to love this dessert. Look at that. Who would have thought peppers for dessert, eh?